Maybe. Hello? Looks like we're here. We're live. Welcome in. Mr. Ace, 1.7k away from tier 8. And we're 4,200 points off, so we've got quite a ways to go. In terms of upgrades I was able to accomplish, I did go back to Bandos, and I did manage to get a Tacit. Took another 70-ish kills, but that's a little bit of an upgrade there. We get, what, an extra 2 strength. Nothing too crazy, but it is a little bit tankier as well. Also, Combat Bracelet. I got my crafting up for this, and then I realized I could have gotten this through, like, Elite Clues or something. But what can you do? It is this 6 melee strength. Some of the action bonuses pretty good. But yes, we also have 74 crafting now, which is a plus. I was just kind of running around trying to get this number down a little bit. I don't think we're close enough to really go for tier 8 before fighting more Cerberus, so we'll probably just do that. Though, let me do these 2 other tasks with Tockle while I'm thinking about it. So I don't have to, like, go back there. I think we've probably got enough cash. And we've got junk in the bank that I can also sell. So it's not a problem for us to be low on cash. Gem stall. Get Knobby Helm. Can't. I'd have to get a fire cape first. So we're still rocking the bucket helm. I think my plan right now is to finish the museum and diaries, cash in on the lamps. Lamps would be helpful, though. I wonder what skill I'd end up using them on. Rip. Yeah, I know. Like, I could go and get a fire cape. I also, like, I don't think that's particularly difficult to go do with this setup. I just don't know that I care to. I kind of like having that saved away as, like, an easy mastery point if I need it. Minor rune crafting. Maybe in your case, smithing. It would be nice to get up to 80 smithing. We could use the godsword. Godsword would be another task. I don't know if the dog sword counts as wielding a godsword. If it does, then we may not have to worry about it. Sell all the chaos runes. Probably a little extra clicky with this mouse since the other one wasn't working quite right. Hear me tapping away. So I've still got 1 weapon and then the shield for some points, it looks like. It does not. Yeah, so we'll have to get that up at some point. So the shield, yes, that was one of them. And then Zilak was the other. Another 60 points there. Nothing too crazy. I was just kind of working down the list. Hope you sold using Karamja gloves. You would think. We don't have the diary done. So, no sir. We're taking the hit and Tockle. We'll sell these back for an extreme loss. Such a ripoff. Honestly, I can't believe how bad the, like, ratio is on this shop. Actually wild. Let's see. I think while we're also here, maybe I can go through just to build the cash stack back up a little bit. Let's see. I mean, I probably... Do I need a whip for anything? I guess not. I don't have anything to combine it with, so I already wielded it for the task. Not gonna care so much for the Addy ore. Although, I don't know if there's one that's like Smith a bar. Wearing full black D-hide is a task, so I probably ought to keep 1 there. Dragonstone can go, this can go. We've got a Dragon Halberd, so who cares about the Rune one? Are these good? Alks. 300k Alks, so we'll take 1 of the hilts with us as well. Revs are probably the fastest money right now. Yeah, luckily, I don't think we need, like, a ton of money. It's just kind of like, I figure we don't want our cash tax sitting at 0. So, might as well kind of go through and get some of the stuff out of the bank since we've got it. Oh, we could open up the keys as well. Just trying to save that for you all. Steam Battle Staff, I guess we'll keep the 1. Are these Alks? No, that is a terrible alk. Bit of a shame there. I don't know that we'll actually need the boots, but I guess we'll hang on to them. I know that one's a good alk. This one's kind of a trashy alk. But I mean, we don't need the extras anyway, so we might as well. Since I got the crafting up, I did get a crystal helm. We've got that sitting around available to us, just not very much use until we get the crystal blessing. Let's go sell some stuff to the wilderness store. I guess it's not going to let me sell when my inventory is full, is it? Oh? Oh, those must be 0 GP. 0 GP, that's alright. This isn't that great of an alk, but I guess it doesn't really matter. Just go through and do this. Like, we're not going to need a ton of cash. 5 mil. We've got all those Revenant bracelets as well that we could use if we wanted to. Alright, that's fine. We got ourselves some cash in case we need it. That's all I really wanted to make sure is we had some on hand. Let's see. I don't think there are any, like, particularly quick upgrades for us, so I think we probably just go back. I mean, we could get a boot upgrade. Did the primordials, do they drop as a full item now? I think they did, right? I think all of the boots drop as a full item. Because I wonder, maybe we should kill some normal Cerb while we have the task, rather than wasting it on the Echo. Normal Cerb should be pretty quick, I would think. Not sure. I think we've got about 100 of them left. Let's go to the Grand Exchange and we'll just get all these. Turn into Fordos. I think some items that you can fully craft within a region aren't full drops. Well, let's see. I do have the Slayer gem, so we've got, is that right, 118 of them. Let's send some normal Cerberus, because I think that'll be quite fast. Let me do like one more to see how fast it actually is. Because it might be worth getting the boot upgrade while we have all of these kills available to us. Save a little bit of space there in case we want something from it. Let's also... We'll bring one of these as well. And we want to top up the prayer too. Just Eternals drop is fully crafted. What does it take for primordials? Primordial boots. Was it smithing? Oh, it's still rune crafting. Rune crafting and magic 60? Ooh. 60 rune crafting, maybe not then. I don't know, 60's not a lot. I suppose 300k-ish. Something in that ballpark, probably. Imagine having to grind the rune crafting level for the boots. Well, you know what? I think it's still a good idea. Let's send, like, even if it's just 50 kills, just to try and, like, unless it's really slow, I think it would be nice to try and pick up those boots, even if it's just the crystal, while we have kind of more of this task available to us. So we don't have to go and hunt another one. If it looks like it's going to be really slow per kill, then we can just go into the Echo version. Because, I mean, if it's still, like, minute kills anyway on the normal one, I'd probably rather just go kill the Echo and not worry about it too much. Because the boots aren't going to be a huge upgrade, but it would be a couple of strength bonus. But I also think realistically, I can go back and do that at tier 8 if it's looking kind of slow. I don't know. I mean, I guess, really, my thought is, like, when we get the dog sword, what do I go do? Because kind of still want the crystal armor. I'd be going into the Gauntlet. Not sure. I mean, I guess we'll just see. Let's see how long this takes, actually. Oh, we can't say. I was gonna save my spot here and then go eat this. So I guess we'll deal with that in a minute. Let's see how fast this kill is gonna be. Oh, you know what? We should still save the spot, shouldn't we? Save it, so that way we can use our boost potions and have full health, and then just run in there and see. As I recall, the specs only got it to about half last time. I think the health is actually pretty similar, isn't it? Between this and the Echo one. If not the same, I don't know. Maybe the Echo one does have a little bit more health. I mean, at least that's pretty quick. Right, it doesn't tell us the kill time, but I mean... I don't know. Is that worth it? Should I spend the time to try and go for these crystals? Should I just come back when I have Spec Master? Because Spec Master for sure will take this thing out. Like, I don't know that the boots are actually that big of a deal in terms of the DPS. I want to say it's like a 2 strength difference, maybe. I guess he gives a little bit of attack stats as well, but I mean that's not like anything big on the boots either. Get to flex on the Woldy bosses, but yeah, should probably aim at getting all your Echo stuff done. Increase is minimal. I'm gonna get this up to 10 KC, and we're just gonna send the Echo, I think. So if we get a lucky crystal drop in 10 KC, great. Otherwise, yeah, I kind of think it's probably not super worth doing right now. Oh, yeah, it's true. Special Master gives you extra accuracy on the specials. I was just thinking about it for the 5-time spec. But no, you're right. I think we'll have a little bit of a walk anyway just to get this set up, because I do want to get my health stacked up as much as I can just to try and help with the Echo boss, so we'll have to go out and I guess run down from the Taverley Circle, because I'm pretty sure that's the closest teleport we get down here. Can we get a lucky Primordial though? 4 KC? 4 KC to go? Cerberus, come on. The crystals aren't like that rare, right? I mean, it's 1 in 128 or something. Gauntlet Gem Store might be closer. Yeah, we can try that too. Barely noticeable. Yeah, unfortunately, there's just not a teleport that gets like super close down here, is there? At least the lightning. I mean, I will say. So I think between everything, it was like maybe like a 10 strength bonus difference, and I have noticed lightning hitting more. Keymaster, I don't have any teleports from this. I mean, I guess we could kill it till we get some teleports, but I mean, the walk only has to happen once. You're not wrong though, if we can get the teleports. Two more KC, Cerberus. It gave us the Echo Orb pretty quick, so I can't complain that much. We could still get the crystal from the Echo version too. I suppose not that different. Get a skill cape. I mean, I guess we are 99, so we could. We got 2 of them. Although, yeah, okay, we got the woodcutting cape would be available to us. I guess we've also got some other skill capes for like the Warrior's Guild. We can go pick one of those up. I think that's just prayer though, isn't it? I don't think it really does a whole lot for us. Slower prayer Jane. I mean, slower prayer Jane is still good. Not like a bad thing to get. I guess the attack cape is... I mean, I probably don't need the... probably don't need the bonus for any of the capes, but I guess the attack cape does actually have a bonus for, like, the unlimited tokens or whatever. Beats an obby cape, at least. True. The attack cape. This guy over here. Why not get a fire cape? We could go get a fire cape. I'm kind of just... I'm being sluggish on the fire cape. Oh, man. Golly. Did we lag there? What happened? We freeze? I'm just waiting for the fire cape at the moment, just because I like keeping that there as mastery point that's kind of like unclaimed. I know that, see, like, I could go and get a fire cape and just keep the mastery point and not use it, but I'm like, I'll be tempted to use it. You know what I mean? So in this way, I've still got Jad between me and that mastery point, because I want to try the Echo Gauntlet before I commit to going downrange. What did I do? Did I not have the space for it? May I buy a skill cape of attack? I guess I better read it. Would gladly pay. Alright, yeah, I think it's just because I didn't have the space for it. Extra 4 prayer bonus. Ooh, attack cape emote. Not the coolest one, but it is an emote. Alright, let's get our health up. Style points too. Yeah, why not just use the mastery point? I know, I just... If it's sitting there, I'm gonna be like, you know what, maybe we just use it, and then I'm gonna put it into range, and then I'm gonna get into the Echo Gauntlet and be like, alright, I wish I had Prayer Pen. So I'm trying to avoid that. Though, you know, if I can beat the Echo Gauntlet, then we get a mastery point anyway. Just holding it in reserve, you know? Need to do the emote for the Faldor Diary. You are correct. Let's see. We just need something out in the wilderness. Doesn't really matter. Eat that one. Try to keep that up. And then... I'll try running from the Faldor Gem Shop. Can you do CG? Echo Boss is barely harder. Well, I mean, we have gotten stronger since the last CG. I'd say that one was pretty close. But we do have... If nothing else, we have better melee stats. I guess range, I think I got up like 1 level. We have prayers as well available to us, so I'm imagining that it'll be easier. We'll have to see how hard the Echo one feels comparatively. I'll say, like, Corrupted Gauntlet, I'm probably not at 100% completion rate for it, but I can do fairly well most of the time. Yeah, I probably finish it like 80-90% of the time. Ah, unfortunate. Lose a little bit of that health. I don't even think I got that prayer flick. We had the same problem the last time, and you know, when I ran here to kill the normal one, wasn't even an issue. Didn't take any damage. People know how to do CG, can do it pretty easily. Maybe not easily, but they can do it, can learn it pretty quick. We'll see. We'll still be getting the dog sword. I think that's... Not that it matters too much. It kind of, all of these are a little bit independent. I mean, the KBD one was nice, but because Gauntlet is Gauntlet, I mean, there's just like... You can't take anything in there. So, I mean, having the stats is nice, I suppose. So we did get our stats up by trying to do all this. Oh, nope, that's the wilderness one. Hold on. Need the correct one. We'll do that. We'll do... We're really only using one. I guess I'll still bring 2, though. Kind of prefer the inventory setup this way. Potatoes for combo eats. Alright. I think we're good. Don't need anything fancy there. Back into Echo Cerb we go. Oh, you know what? Actually, we should take these before we fight him. Get our health back a little bit. Lightning damage can hit an extra... Shoot, I wonder if it's like an extra point of damage almost for every strength increase that we did. Because it seems like I can hit like pretty easily over 100 now. I haven't seen what the max actually is. Might be at like 110. Right, we gotta count to 3 for this boss. First kill is just a warm-up. And we got the ghost coming next. Well, we missed one of them. I think we did alright there. Oh, I didn't move that in time. A little unfortunate for our standing space. I think once we do a couple of these, I'll kind of be back in the swing of it, though. Yikes, alright. We took a little extra damage from one of the ghosts, and I think we walked through the lava pool there. Doesn't matter, though. Don't have to eat. Ah, no dog sword. Would have been so good to just come back and straight up get it. First kill dog sword, of course. Oh man, if only. Isn't really that much harder. Yeah, that's basically why I did CG Echo first on my account with Tehranwyn, because it's the one where the other drops don't help at all. Yeah, it's only just the stats. Well, the stats, and I guess for me, since I went Grimoire, the 7th tier Relic was also, I figured would help. Especially if I'm going to end up doing 2 styles in CG. I was still debating whether or not I really wanted to do like the Inferno first, because if I end up doing a 5-5 split for masteries, I'm like, you know, getting all 5 masteries up for range would feel pretty nice in there. Switch weapons back and forth. But then again, that feels like maybe a little bit much. I probably want the crystal armor as I go through and do the Inferno, just to kind of like help speed things along anyway. Did not move in time. Rip. Let's see how we're looking for the ghosts. Oh man, I didn't move in time for that one either. It's alright, as long as we block the ghost damage, I think we're doing pretty well. Oh, kind of. Well, man, I didn't move in time for that one either. I think I switched that a little bit too fast, maybe. Might have actually done all right there. All right, we're getting back into the swing. We haven't had to eat yet, so that's also promising. Grimoire helps for sure. Yeah, just the extra prayer bonus, extra damage. Kind of an awkward amount of time. I guess we'll just go ahead and repot for this. 6.7k off for your second account to Dragon Rank. Man, you've been busy. Jack is struggling a little bit to find himself some tasks. At least on the AFK side. I could go and stick him at Cerberus, but I've got enough spines now for the 50 mil prayer, so he really is, like, Cerberus was the biggest AFK thing I had left. He's sitting at 53,400 points or so. So he's not quite there yet. Still has all the raid items though, so I have a feeling the last week of the league is probably going to be a lot of like grinding stuff out on him. 2 accounts with Dragon, Janitor rank. Do the clean sweep. All right, man. We're okay. I think I'm starting to get back into this. It's still a little bit not necessarily the most intense bosses from the Echoes, but it is still kind of. I wish I could get it down before the second round of Ghosts came out. Actually, you know, I don't even think I need any more elites. I have so many of them now. On one account, I did a lot of clues, and on the other, I did a lot of 300 KC bosses instead. The rest on both are mostly from skilling tasks. Didn't mind doing Dragon on the Spec Copish account, to be honest. Spec through KC tasks. Yeah, I have noticed, like, this thing is quite good at just specking down bosses, especially, I guess it'll be better once I have Specialist, but anything that has less than, like, 300 health, you just kind of melt. Like seconds on pretty much all the kills. So like God Wars, all of those except for Kriara. A lot of the wilderness stuff as well. I think the Dragon trophy should have a note attached to it. Your character reads it, says, "Go touch grass." I'd be down for something like that. Fun little note. A little bit of a troll. Ooh, didn't quite get the swap to that in time. Eek, a little bit of damage. Oh no, don't walk that way. Oh my lordy. Recover, we're good. Luckily this boss isn't like as scary as some of them, though man, I do know it's quite punishing when you misstep somewhere. Quite big hits for pretty much everything. Oh, that was the worst direction it could have gone. Oh my. Come on, Cerberus. There you go. Get a big hit in there. Actually surrounded. Pegasian Crystal. Not super helpful for us. But I guess we'll take the uniques. We do have... Do we have range boots? I'm pretty sure I have range boots already. I think they're sitting in the bank. So far, it seems very easy. You can do some of the 300 KC ones very easily, such as, well, just Sire sucks on any build. Yeah, Sire's just a little bit of a pain in the butt from all the animations. Or protection pretty fast once you get recall tier 8 spec. Well, I guess you do that, and you do the, like a Bando's Godsword spec or the Dog Sword spec or what have you. Do you even need to worry about that, actually? Well, you can't recall into the actual arena, right? I think I remember seeing that. Ah, these just ran out. We'll be back. We'll be back, Echo Cerb. Hold on. Can't touch grass. Someone put a bunch of white stuff on top of it. All the snow. We got more snow today. Probably another, like, 6 inches maybe of snow? Something like that last night. Not nearly as much as last weekend, but a little bit. It actually all melted pretty quickly today. You lure Corp to the entrance and then just Copish spec him down. Suppose we'll have to see. If we get lucky on the Dog Sword, I can probably start working down some tasks today or something. Maybe we can get up to tier 8. It does require Cerberus being kind to us, though. We're at what, 21 KC, so we've got a little ways to go. If we have to go all the way to the pity, it'd be a little bit unfortunate. At least this boss, though, is pretty quick. Oh, I actually don't think I got the melee one. No, I didn't. I swear, the melee one's just like a little bit faster. What's your Echo Serb KC? We're on KC 21. I've been minimizing the chat just so I have a little bit more space to like see what I'm doing. Feels like there's a lot going on with this boss. 22 now. Ice cold beer, UJack stream, Friday night. Super chill. We'll be here for at least a little while, though. Do remind me, my wife wanted me to check in with her every, like, half an hour or so. She's out and about today. It'll be 30 minutes from now. Just to remind me. I gotta, like, send her a text, just make sure she's alright. I think the roads are mostly good now, though. It seemed like things are melting pretty quick. Yeah, that's some big hits. 72? That wasn't even a lightning. Did 300 sires on the dragon account. Just did the same thing as you, where I'd remain a certain amount of KC whenever I did Abbey Demon task. Yeah, I haven't done much of Sire on UJack, I don't think. On the Mage account, it actually wasn't that bad, but it's just that animation just takes forever. All the animation, so it's really slow. I actually find, like, Hydra's also kind of slow for the same reasons. Because I was doing him a bit yesterday on UJack, trying to get up towards that 300 KC task. Even the 150 is kind of a pain in the butt to do. Oh, nope, we don't want melee on that one. Here we go. It's like Sire, or not Sire, Hydra, the kills are still like a minute, I think, at their fastest. Which isn't like, it's not the worst, but like a minute is still a minute, and then you have to go up to like 300 KC. And most of them are, it's probably more like a minute and a half really when you include like banking and stuff. Well, I guess we've got the space, we'll pick it up. We could probably squeak out another kill with these. Boosts will run out right at the end. But a lot of the Slayer bosses, they just take ages to get through. Cerberus is probably one of the few where it's like actually pretty quick. I don't know if there's a large KC task on this one. I'm assuming that there's a 300 KC task, but I haven't looked. Like, this is the only one that I could think of where I don't necessarily mind. I guess Thermi is also pretty quick. Normal Thermi, not Echo. The Echo Thermi, screw that, dude. Echo Thermi would be terrible. Trying to do 300 of those. Oh no, Thermi didn't have those, now that I remember, right? They didn't, they didn't do that. They didn't give that to Kandrin, which is just odd. It's a little messy. Go over here, maybe. Well, the potions ran out a little faster than I was hoping. Be a little rough. Oh, gonna be real rough when it does that. Oh, what the heck? Where did I click? My click went through Cerberus, yikes. Scary. Alright. Oh, we're probably gonna get one more. Oh my goodness, dude. Do we even have a space that we can stand? I don't even think so. He doesn't move, does he? He does not. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, good. It just timed out. This is a long one now. We're getting to fully experience all the rotations that this boss has to offer. I'm glad that the stuff on the floor times out. Very rough. Oof. Love how you're still rocking the bucket helm. 10 out of 10 for the fashion. Yeah, I mean, I don't really have better options, you know? It's like I can wear the crystal helm for the heck of it, but like the stats on it actually aren't good. Well, I guess we get prayer bonus out of it, but without the crystal blessing, this is really trash. And I'm like, I could wear this, but I don't know. The extra range defense, I think, is maybe more important, since I tend to try and camp the mage prayer when in doubt. I'm assuming you need 60 rune crafting, don't you, for combining these? Yeah, 60 rune crafting. We'll have to get that. I mean, that's like 200 points probably every boot. It's probably a task for wearing all the boots, too. We got a handful of these still. At some point, we may run out of these divine potions. I guess we'll... At that point, we'll definitely have to go and do CG. I'm hoping we'll have enough to get through all of these. On my main, I did it as a ranger with a T-bow, scorching bow, because speed running sire kills, worst part in my opinion is how terrible the drops are. Yeah, I mean, at least there's a lot of points around sire. Kind of the only... I mean, I don't know if I'd even call it a benefit, but like all of the major drops are like 200 points, I think. So at least you kind of get a lot of points out of it. You get the combat achievements as well. You only have to go up to, I think, 50 kills to do all the sire achievements, which is kind of nice. Can't get the mage boots, though. Those ones drop full, so we should be alright. That's what we were talking about on the previous one. Oh, man, I really should have stepped back. Gotta try and, like, keep this as clear as I can. Doing a bad job of counting to 3 today. That one's 2. That one's 3. One more hit. Step back. Alright, there we go. I basically can't count to 3 when I'm focusing on the ghost, but at least I can try some of the time. Spooky. I guess we'll go over here. Alright, that's probably okay for us. As long as we keep it somewhat clear and have a spot to stand, I'm kind of okay with whatever ends up happening. There we go, that's some good RNG. 1 round of ghosts for that one. I do want to save the dragon bones when I get them, so we can maybe work up to like 99 prayer. Not necessarily going to go out of my way for it on this account, but I think we get a lot of dragon bones from random stuff that we're doing. Worst part of Sire is the long animation times. Yeah, I agree. I mean, even if you can, like, if you can one-hit all of the little air vents or whatever, still just takes ages, because then he's got to stretch, he's got to walk to you, he's got to think about his life a little bit. You do, like, 50 damage, and then he has to do the same thing all over again. It just means, like, the fastest kill you can get at Sire is, like, a minute and a half or something, because of the animations and running around and everything. Didn't I say I was going to count to 3? Come on. We gotta count to 3 better. That one's 3. Alright. We're counting. We're getting there. Give us the old Aru. Underwater agility, so chill with the flippers. Won't have the opportunity to try, unfortunately. It certainly looked really good when the people were running around with flippers when I was down there. Oh, I must have switched. Oh, that's gonna hit us. Oh, we got lucky on that 0. Alright, I think that's 3. Yeah. Can't get out of rhythm with the ghost. That's when things get real scary. Man, that's some low hits. That's unfortunate. Ooh. Somehow managing to kind of count this stuff. I think I'm getting the hang of it for the most part. I don't know that I'm super like consciously counting when the ghosts are out, but there's a little bit of a pattern there since the ghosts come out at the same time every time anyway. Like almost don't have to count. Alright, guess we're starting on this side. I think this league might be the last one. I picked Mori on the main. Always end up missing tons of points because they're tied to TOB. It is a little tough with the raids. Though I kind of always go in with the assumption when I pick raid regions that I'm not going to get hardly any points from the raids. Just because it's all RNG anyway. That kind of helps. I did pick 2 raid regions this time and I'm definitely feeling that. I haven't done enough of them. Oh man, that was not a great switch. Oh no. Ooh, boy. We're just gonna tank all of it. Oh my god, alright. Terrible. I tried to click over here and that did not work out for me. And our potion ran out. Talk about a rough kill. I'm surprised, actually, we managed to survive that. Alright. Give us the grr. Did I step in time? I did not. Tick too late. Don't think it matters, though. I think we should be good now. Man, we went through all those potatoes, though. Panic eats. No dog sword to show for it. KC 27. The region has plenty of points outside of raids anyway. You can easily get at least some stuff from raids. Yeah, I mean, I think it's, you know, you send like 10 or 20 raids. That's probably fine. You'll hopefully get enough of a spread where you pick up a few of the points. I think Mauritania, though, so it's very very PVM heavy, I guess, because you have Araxor, you have TOB, you have Nightmare, Zani's Nightmare, Gargoyle Boss, Barrows. I don't know if there's anything really related to buyers. It's not too terrible. I don't know. I think it's also just like very PVM heavy in general compared to some of the regions. Asgarnia is also pretty PVM heavy. And it's not necessarily like the fastest PVM to do. So I think that also kind of contributes to it. Because like a lot of the Barrows points, well, all of the Barrows points are behind just getting complete sets of Barrows. And then you have to do 600 chests and it's pretty rough when you have to do that. How do y'all pronounce Wildy? Wildy? Wild D? Wildy. Wilderness. Wildy will be a staple for me now. Such a chill place. Yeah, and I think one of the things is like the wilderness is also PVM heavy, but the PVM that you're doing is like generally much faster. So you know, you spend 20 seconds on a kill. It's almost like, even though they're bosses, it's almost like you're killing normal mobs at that point. So it ends up being quite quick comparatively for like the points that you're getting, which I think is kind of a nice balance there. Araxor is basically AFK, quite fast, 300 kills. I will say, like, Araxor wasn't my complaint for Mauritania. Nightmare, though. Yeah, Nightmare? Oh, yeah, Nightmare. Screw that boss. Did that back in Leagues 2, never again. I've done a little bit of Nightmare. I've gotten, like, the Nightmare staff drop, and I think that's it. And the problem is, like, the drops are rare, the boss kills are slow, you gotta get 150 kills for the task, and then, like, if you don't get the drops... It's just, everything about it just ends up being really slow and painful. It's like, raids are always a bit slow. Takes you like 20 minutes to complete a raid in general. But at least for the first handful of items that you're getting, they're going to be unique, so you'll pick up some random points from it. You probably won't end up doing the combat achievements, which is a little bit of a shame. And you also likely won't complete, like, if it's one set or multiple sets or whatever, like, you probably won't get every single thing from a raid unless you end up spending a ton of time there. But I don't think that you necessarily have to. It is a little unfortunate that they put the KC task at like 100 raids. It's a lot of time. At 20 minutes a pop. Oh, nope, that's range. Did we get it? I think we got it. That one's 3. 1,000 or so points from raids, very easy. Grinding it out fully takes very long, but very few points from the drops. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think basically you do like whatever the first KC task is. If I don't know, is it 10? Maybe it was 25. I don't know if I've even done the KC task because there's probably do one. Oh, ow. You get the 1 KC. I don't know. My thought is you go up to about 10 with the raids. You get to 10 KC and just kind of whatever you get, and just call it there. Unless you're really hunting for a mega rare. And if you're doing that, sure, you do the raid until you get the mega rare. I don't know if I'd ever do the raid for 2 mega rares. I think that'd be a little bit rough. At least I wouldn't necessarily build around it. Few points from the drops is easy. Yeah. That's what I mean. Like, you send 10 of them. You'll get 10 purples. Well, unless you're in challenge mode chambers, but not a lot you can do about that. But the other raids, you send 10 of them, you'll get a fair spread of purples. Oh, I must have double-clicked that. Problem I have with TOB hard mode is it's not soloable. Is that true? Yeah, I mean, it's probably technically soloable, but it's really tough. You probably need, I don't know if you need freezes for sure to do it. You probably want them, though. But yeah, I'd agree. TOB, just in general, is not one I would recommend soloing. It is really slow. And as long as you can find a group, I don't think it's too bad. Too hard. TOB for 2 megas, Scythe and the T-Bow. Wasn't too bad, but I think I got lucky. Well, I think the drop rate is what? Like 1 out of 16 for TOB? Something around there? So if you were on rate, you'd be doing 32, and if you go unlucky, you're going up to like 60, 70-ish raids. That's where I'm like, I don't think I would plan around that, but it's one of those like nice to have kind of things. I think I missed that one. Maybe not. Just barely getting it together. All right. That 3. I think that one is 3. Yeah. I don't know. It's tough. I don't love planning around the mega rares myself just because, like, it's kind of the same thing. If you go super, super dry on it, you might be in a raid to get 1 for, like, 40 odd KC. And I just personally don't like to commit that much time to it because there's so much other content I would rather be doing. And like, if you're waiting for that, I don't know. I find it feels bad. Saw some dude with 50 plus KC, no voucher. See, yeah, that's the thing that makes me go like, I don't want to plan for that, you know? That's why Mage also sucks, because while I got lucky on the Shadow, if I was committed to Mage and I had to get the Shadow and I got unlucky with it, it would be even more depression than I was already experiencing from like all of the splashing, you know? One out of 18, got my Scythe at 14. So yeah, I think that's not too bad. Kind of want a 3rd mega rare because I didn't take the Scythe on this account, yet it would be points. Yeah, 400 points for Mori. That's why you stopped the league, all the raiding. You got your voucher on 2KC, so that's pretty lucky. I also got mine pretty early on. I think I got mine under like 10KC. I'd like to see a league with some sort of RNG protection, like make it a passive from high tier. That just makes the items drop if you reach a certain drop rate, something. Was dry for mage in the desert last year was horrible. Yeah, I do agree. I think if they can do like a dew protection, dry protection, I think both of those mechanics, especially for leagues, would be really helpful. Especially like, and I don't know, they could tweak the numbers for it. I don't know how dry they want to let people go, but I'm like, I know we've talked about it for God Wars, like going 600 KC in God Wars kind of sucks when you're looking for like your last item. It's like, okay, yeah, there's a task for like, go and kill a God Wars boss 500 times. Let me choose which boss I kill. Don't make it so, like, I don't want to be dry on more than one boss, too, because, like, that can happen as well. And then I end up having to go for, like, 600 kills on 2 God Wars bosses. And raids as well. Like, raids are really time-consuming. I mean, I guess it's true really for any boss. Like, Nightmare? You try to do Nightmare? Good luck getting all the orbs, you know? I don't think I moved in time for that one. Did not. So I think having something would be good. As long as it's... I guess it depends how doable it is from their perspective. In some way, it's a nature of the game, but I feel like for leagues, you don't really want that experience. Especially because leagues is meant to be kind of like quick, getting your points. It would make getting things like Dragon a little bit easier, but also... if the guaranteed rates aren't up to like the KC tasks, I don't think you'll find a lot of people going all the way up to the 300 KC tasks on a lot of bosses. I mean, if they keep the 100 KC on a raid, like, even if you got all the drops within like 30 raids, I feel like a lot of people, myself included, you're just gonna be like, nah, I'm good. You're just gonna stop. You're like, I got the drops. I'm happy enough with that. Survive the ghosties. Oh, there's the grr. Can we get the dog sword? Are we going all the way to 50? This one's 30 KC for ashes. I got 31 chambers purples, no voucher. Haven't even hit the rate yet. Ugh. Or the unboosted drop rate. Yeah, I mean, like, I think they could tweak those numbers though. Like, we don't necessarily have to speculate on what. I mean, they can go through and see what makes sense. But I think that there really should be some sort of dry protection, some sort of dew protection. Even if it's a lot of kills, even if it means going to 600 kills at a God Wars boss or whatever, at least you know there's a stopping point, because right now, there's theoretically no stopping point. You could just get that unlucky, and some people will have that experience. Like, most people won't. It would just be nice if it was guaranteed that all people didn't have that experience, you know? The poor guy without a Mega Rare voucher at 50 KC. And like in Chambers, you know, 31 purples down, no voucher. Still a little bit feels bad. I think it would increase the amount of alt people make, therefore more money for leagues, more memberships. Could be as well. Creating AltScape a little bit. I mean, as someone who's done 3 accounts, I wouldn't mind. I mean, I guess I've gotten somewhat lucky on the drops that I've been going for most of my accounts. We'll have to see on this one. Right now, we're kind of middle of the road for everything that we've been hunting for. But I will say, it is not the best time when you're just waiting for a drop. And I think Mage is certainly the worst out of the bunch. Just because you need the Shadow for Mage to function in the late game. Ooh, that's a bad one for us. 31 KC. Well over halfway. Well, that one's a task, I think. 30 pointer. Is next a God Wars boss? I think it counts, yeah. I think next does. I don't know if you actually want to kill that much next, though, because I think the next task stop at 300, maybe? 150, yeah, 300 right there. As a 2-time dragon player, don't care if more people get dragon. I got it back when the threshold was dynamic and it sucked. Chambers is just so much worse, yeah, compared to the other ones. I was mage last league and was around 1kc, or 1k KC Leviathan, still only got Virtus bottoms. Didn't get the set. I know, well, Virtus is one of those that really struggles, and the Soul Reaper Axe, actually. Both of those. The Desert Treasure 2 drops. It's a little bit tough. Complained here yesterday that I didn't have full Masori and 60 plus purples, and I got it like 3 raids after. Complaining is the way it always is. Something about you complain and the game is just like, alright, here's your drop. Works every time. 100k to 99 herb in the main game. Oh, you're getting pretty close. Just a couple of days ago, you had a couple 100k, so you've been making some good progress. Cerberus, wake up. I want to smack you down. Crossbows and zombie axe are kind of OP given the 5-tick, 2-tick thing. Yeah, I mean, that's fine though. I mean, it was the same way last year too. 5-tick stuff ended up being really strong. I do kind of hope that they change it up a little bit though, just so we see... I mean, the echo weapons have kind of helped with that too. Getting like a different meta build going. It is a little boring to see like, more crossbows, but I guess this year range was never missed, so it did change it up for range in that extent. I think I switched a little too fast on that one, and a little too slow on that one. Ow. And we're eating, and Cerberus is throwing lava. Alright, we're chilling. We're ready. More ghosts coming. Noxious Halberd's pretty good, too. Yeah, I guess that's true. I mean, there are also a lot of, like, new weapons that came in the past year. Probably not the best point to have made. I guess what I'm thinking, though, is, like, it would be cool to see... Oh, my. Alright, we're taking one of those. Eternal boots? Wrong ones. 200 points. At least they drop full so we can wear them for the points. Killing next with bronze darts was fun. Okay, we probably got enough to go through and do another kill. Barlamore will be stacked next year. Oh, I know. I'm looking forward to the third part of it. I hope I'm going to be in town when they release that. I've been out of town every time they've released a part of Barlamore, so I haven't gotten to cover the content in a timely manner. Venator Bow is amazing with tier 6, anywhere in multi. I like that one too. I mean, the stuff that isn't optimal is still good. I just wish that they would kind of lean towards making some of the weirder weapons a little bit, make those the meta. Make the ballista great for ranged, you know? Oh, that's a bad one. Bad lava. Alright, we're gonna have to make sure we step back on this next one. Just so I don't miss it, I'll stand back here for a little bit. Alright. Now we should be good. How many points until Specialist? A little under 4,000 now. The boots helped. If we get 60 rune crafting, we'll be able to make the Pegasian boots. If we end up getting the other boots as well, I think it's a task for 400 points to wear all of them. So that would also be pretty good for us. No-gur. Salamander League. I know. I was so hopeful with the Hespori weapon. Alright, we'll do one more. I know the potions are going to run out on this one. That's alright. Made a mage build so far. Trying to get to 055. So far at 2-5. Finish the rest of that here in a second. With Desert Fremi, splash so much, man, so frustrating. Most bosses have high defense. I know. Mage is really unfortunate because you essentially have to get to the shadow outside of the early game. Like, you do really well on just random mobs, but then after that, when you start getting into bosses, it just doesn't work very well. Got any tips? No. You just have to go for the shadow. Because Mage, I mean, there's some small upgrades you can get. I mean, the jewelry would be big. Doing the actual DKs is probably going to be kind of tough, though. I found that to be a pretty big struggle myself. But if you can get them, then that would be quite good for you, because it's a lot of magic accuracy, a lot of damage percentage on there. So you try to get to it a little bit early, and that'll kind of help in the mid-game, but the problem is you still are going to splash on a lot of bosses, so there's no real way to get around that, unfortunately. It's just getting to a shadow. I mean, if you really, like, if you don't mind it, I would say straight up, just run to the shadow. Ooh, we're going to take that one. Ooh, ooh. I don't think we got that switch off either. No, we didn't. Yikes. Yikes, 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 yikes. We took a ton of damage there. And especially, I guess you only have, you know, a week and a half left for the league. You're probably best served going for the shadow if you really want to play the mage build out. Even if it means, like, having to get carried through TOA, I bet you can find some people that'll let you tag along. No prayer pen. Well, yeah, that is true, but... I don't know. Yeah, probably right. That would make the DKs pretty difficult. You just have to survive longer. Wait for the prayer to drop. Best tip for magic is go tier 3 range and then swap to magic later. That was the best mage build. Get a Drygore blowpipe, just use that for a while. Now it's been 30 minutes, let's see. Text the wife, see if she's alive. Went mage without desert on my ult. Been stuck on tier 6 relic and it feels like such a slog trying to get the book at tier 7. I didn't find that tier 6 on magic helped much, besides I guess the prayer pen. But even still, it's kind of the same problem I'm having here, where I'm like, I don't think the tier 6 for melee is that important either. It's like only the prayer pen. If you want the prayer pen, if you need the prayer pen. But there's not a lot of places where you actually have to use that. Is that a text back? Sounds like she is, in fact, still alive. Alright, 30 more minutes. We'll send another text. Best mage build is 361 range. Don't do mage. Oof. Yeah, I feel like mage just... too many problems this year for magic, unfortunately. Makes it pretty tough. Oh, probably ought to get our health back, shouldn't we? What KC was that anyway? 33. So we got 22? No. Hold on. Math. 17. 17 more to go. Oh no, 34. 16 more to go. So we're getting up there. At least this one's not as bad as KBD. Man, I wonder if we're going to end up going kind of middle of the road for all the echoes. Does that work versus Duke? The Shadow? Yeah. It still splashes a little, but I mean, it's better than not having a Shadow. You know? I'd say I wasn't necessarily impressed by the Duke kills when I was using the Shadow on it, but it's fine. Like, I didn't feel like I had to use another style. which is a plus. One more, and that's the Grr. Okay, we're good. Echo DKs have such a high defense it slows down without prayer pen. But it doesn't add much time, because you have to kill 50 tops anyway. Yeah, it's true too. I think you'll just run into some problems trying to, like, avoid the poison on the ground if you have to stick in that boss fight for too long. That'd be my only concern. You can try to get Virtus. I mean, hey, good luck on the Virtus grind. I've only seen one piece. I don't remember how many Leviathan kills I got on the mage. I think I got the Virtus top on you, Jack, at like kill 280 or something like that. Pretty rough sometimes. Hopefully you don't go that dry for it. It really is a bit of a shame though for mage. That was something where, you know, I wanted to try the areas that I hadn't had. I think if I was gonna do a mage build in the future, I'd probably just recommend you go Zaya. So that way when you're farming out for the shadow, you can also get mage robes that way. Kind of a two birds, one stone situation. Because I also think Virtus is just too rare. Unless they do some sort of dupe protection or something. And like, it's tough. Some folks have been able to complete it pretty quickly, and then a lot, you just go like crazy dry. Or you get dupes, and then it's a sad day. Luckily, it's not like a ton of magic percentage and accuracy, but it is still kind of unfortunate because it adds up way more just because of the shadow. Alright, we get one more attack off and then step back. Great. Took me 5-10 kills a Duke for full Virtus in the axe. I mean, I guess, I don't know. I'm like, for the Desert Treasure 2 bosses, that doesn't feel that bad, but I think in general for leagues, it's like, it just sucks. It's just a lot to grind out. Does the dog sword even exist? Man, I feel like I'm killing normal Cerberus at this point. 36 KC. I think mage required ancestral this league. I just think even though Chambers was the worst for the mega rares, I think that was the call. Even if you don't end up with full ancestral, even just a couple of pieces, you know? And then you don't have to go out of your way to grind more stuff. And especially, I mean, it helped a little that, well, I don't know if it did help it in truth, but like Vardorvis moving to Varlamore meant that you don't have to farm the Desert Treasure 2 bosses if you're in Zaya. If you wanted that as an option, it does kind of suck. But I don't know. I feel like over the course of you trying to get a shadow through Chambers, you're probably going to get most of the ancestral robes, unless you get like really unlucky with the drops. Oop. Not quite. Oh, man. Didn't quite get that one either. Unfortunate. Tried to tick eat with the Karambwa and that did not work out. Wasn't Vardorvis Varlamore? It was Varlamore this year. Which, I don't know, I liked it being in Varlamore, because Varlamore is a very melee-focused region anyway, and Vardorvis gives the Voltor ring. So I felt like it was a better fit there. But if you wanted Virtus robes as an option, if you were going dry in, like, Chambers, you didn't have that as an option. But man, I mean, if you go dry for Ancestral robes, I don't know that you really want to have Virtus as your backup, because I feel like Virtus robes are probably more rare. Maybe not. I don't know. A little tough to say for sure, but I think Virtus robes in general just is like, it feels so bad trying to go for him. What's your melee build? Barlamore, Moritania, Fremnik. It's Barlamore, Mauritania. What was the last region? God, yeah. Okay, hold on. I need a moment to think about that one. I've been spending so much time in this account. Zaya. I did Zaya on the other account. So Mauritania was good for Slayer. Get the Slayer helm. Do some TOB. I went for Zaya because I liked it as a skilling region, not necessarily for chambers. It was mainly just to like have the skills and also try out the Salamander thing. Barlamore was kind of similar, where like it was just for trying stuff. I wasn't necessarily attached to like the stuff that Barlamore offered in terms of the other content. Oh, ooh, I don't think I got that one. Probably didn't get that one either. Nope. Ow. Reset it for a second. Get back into the swing of things. Wasn't Bardorvis? Oh, how did one access it? There's an NPC in the whatever Quetzal Gorge. He'll travel you there. Just talk to him. Oh, I didn't move time for that one. Won't matter because we're getting the dog sword. Dog sword? No, dog sword. 37 KC. Come on, man. We struggled a bit on KBD. We have a high chance of having to grind out the Echo CG regardless of if we get the Crystal Blessing or not, unless we get super lucky on the armor. Like, let me be lucky on this one. Come on, Cerberus. Why you gotta do this? The only nice thing is, you know, we still don't have the the Prim boots, so I mean, we would like to pick those up if we can. If you give me the Prim boots over the dog sword, I wouldn't be that upset. We don't talk about Echo KBD. Forbidden words there. Coming in the next 13 kills for sure. What a prediction. Next 13 kills, what do you think? I bet we can get it too. I'm with you. Just gotta get these ghost timings down a little better. Because it's basically, as I recall, it's when they start their animation, you can switch off of it, essentially. Nope. Missed the switch on that one. So let's take one of those too. Alright, and then range, mage, melee. Okay. Back to good. Dog sword at 40. 2 more to go then. What we do? I think KBD we got everything by KC 37, so we're still a little bit more unlucky on this one. Hard for me to complain quite as badly though, just since this one's so much faster. Minute and a half, minute kills. I can live with it. I still don't love going dry for this stuff, but what can you do? RNG gonna RNG. At least the kills are sub 2 minutes now. Yeah, for sure. Things being quick at the very least, you know, it makes it not too terrible. Taking a little hit from our potions, probably fine. Would help if I move back on the right tick. You know what? I want to be full health for this in case we miss one. Sometimes I feel like I got the ghost down, and then other times I just whiff a couple of them and have myself a real bad time with it. $2275, 2 levels off of max, isn't it? Congrats, sir. Another 40 minutes or so. Oh, maybe a little too soon on that. I bet that was actually... Cerberus can hit me too. Bet that was just Cerberus taking a bite. Alright, next KC, we have been promised a dog sword. Oxidized green. Let's see if we can get it for you. You didn't get the email? Jax took the dog sword off your loot table. Imagine. Dude, if I got to 50 KC and I didn't get it, I'd be tweeting somebody. What happened? Screenshots all around. Say, this thing is broken. I need a mod to come save me. Did you talk to Oziak to unlock the dog sword drop? Didn't we do that? Pretty sure we did that yesterday. Or maybe, oh, that was for, maybe we did that in God Wars. We go do it again. Only works as, like, individual, instances of talking to him. I'm not familiar with my Oziak lore. I do remember talking to him once, though. More Spanish in the chat. Something about, no, I was gonna say maybe today. Sometimes. Sometimes words are close. Not always. You can giggle at me in Spanish, though, if you'd like. Well, at least we got a task for 75 echo kills. No dog sword on 40 KC. Oxidized green. What are you smoking? Come on, we were supposed to get it there. Just don't talk to him twice, that deactivates the drops. We're gonna Google Translate that? Alright, hold on. Will it let me copy out of this? Accidentally ban someone in chat? See that you go through all the areas. In fact, we did go through all of the areas, Mr. Francisco. Gonna be a little hard, I think, to go back and forth too much. Copying stuff, pasting it into Google, also while moving, changing prayers. Might be a little too intense gaming for me. Big specs. That's helpful. Thought you had to talk to him every time you went in for the drop chance. I mean, I talked to him way back in the day, and then I got a Draconic Visage from a Black Dragon in Towerly Dungeons, so I mean, surely it works, right? I have no idea what KC that was on. Didn't have the tracker for it at the time, but it was definitely way under what it should have been. Back when they were like 20 mil, too. Like 25 mil, maybe. Pretty pricey. You know what? We'll finish this out without the potion, hopefully. Oh, I did not step back for that one. Luckily, we got one square available to us. Remember farming black dragons for hours back in Xander's dungeon as a kid? The rune crossbow, broad bolts. Didn't want to spend much money. See, I did the same thing in Taverley. I didn't actually know that the Xanderus one existed back then. Sire's terrible. Sire is terrible. I think pretty much everybody will agree with you that Sire's pretty bad. Not a good time. Here, let's move these down a little bit. Alright, off we go. 41 KC. 9 more KC till we were promised the guaranteed dog sword. Looted someone who died of black dragons back then for 5k diamond bolts. Dude, that's quite the score, actually. Because diamond bolts were pretty expensive. They're like almost 1k a pop, weren't they? So I remember using broad bolts for a long time because the other stuff was just too expensive. Spacing out on our counting abilities. I do know we're on kill 42, though. Ironically, broad bolts are more expensive than natty bolts right now. Yeah, it's funny how things have changed over the course of time. I think it's just because so much junk brings, like, well, Soul Wars, basically. I bet a lot of that was from Soul Wars. Soul Wars brings a ton of bolts into the game. Through the crates. Same deal with, like, rune bolts, too. I didn't move in time for that one. Remember stealing a rune axe head from someone AFKing cutting U's back in the day? No, that was the strat, though. You couldn't afford, like, a rune pickaxe or a rune axe. You just try to steal someone's when they're, like, AFK, not paying attention. Kind of rude, but, you know, not your fault. It's a game mechanic. But then you're also stuck waiting for yours to break so you have an axe handle that you can attach it with. That's pretty funny, though. People yoinking other people's pickaxes. I remember that for the Varrock, like the southeast mine. People doing that all the time. One spec, 2 spec. Ooh, 100. 100 on the lightning. One more, I think that was 3. We're back to counting. Kill 43, will we get the dog sword? Man, at this point I almost feel like we're going to the dry protection. I know it's theoretically any kill, but the closer I get to the more I'm just like, it ain't happening, is it? Every time. Honestly, by the time we get over the halfway point, I'm kind of just, I'm ready. I'm like, we're gonna be camped out here, aren't we? A little bit spooky. Think we're good. Jack's face when he forgot he received one. It's already in the bank. You can't fool me. I know I'm dry right now. I have done none of this off stream, so I've got video evidence of me being dry of this dog sword. We'll do one more before we have to bank. And then we'll be on the final inventory, I think. I think we can get 6 kills out of 4 potions. Oh, a little bit of lag there. Unfortunate. Play it in his sleep. Don't think I had any RuneScape related dreams last night, so we're probably good. No, I don't know if I ever, if I told the story. I was big on mining back in the day, and I used to be a sleepwalker. And there was one time where I was traveling with my dad, and we were in a hotel, and they had one of those, like, business lounges or whatever. and I tried to sleepwalk out of the room to go mine copper because I really needed more copper. I tried playing in my sleep. Luckily there was a chain on the door, so I wasn't able to actually get out in the middle of the night while sleeping in like a random city. I was determined though. Desperately needed more copper for whatever reason. Balance out the tin maybe. Tiny little respite. Jagex secretly put one in his bank, but every time he goes to bank, they quickly remove it. Oh. It's hidden. It's in there. It's just like they've completely turned the visual off for the item. Like, I didn't notice my bank value went up a little bit. I don't think the echo items are actually worth that much, though. Oh, is that lag? Oh my goodness. Scary. Half a second of lag. Take him down. Cannonballs. Ugh. Gilded Spade. Welcome in. How are you doing? Diabolical. Monash is just camped out here waiting. It was like right in that slot. Poof, it's gone every time I open it up. Like, ooh, or maybe it's still here. I just can't see it. If I could just click it. Can't see it, can't interact with it. Oh wow, we really are cutting it pretty close. We're gonna run through these divine pots, but we should get to 50 KC before then. Managed to buy enough food too. Might as well top this up. I do like that on this boss we don't really have to use supplies. Honey the Dog Sword. We're getting pretty close. 6 more kills at the worst. Right now I'm just expecting it at this point. We'll go the rest of the 6 kills. It's unfortunate that we got the other 2 pairs of boots. We didn't get the melee boots yet. Would be nice to have as just like a little upgrade. And I'm not sweating the 2 strength bonus difference. I don't think it's... I don't even know if that'll end up adding a max hit. Maybe the lightning, actually. The lightning seems like it scales pretty hard. I wonder what I'll do after the God Sword. You know? I'm like, I haven't been able to think ahead of it because I'm just like, I'm so stuck in the grind of it. Like, what's next on the table? Do we finally send the Fire Cape? Say screw it with the masteries and commit? I guess probably next step would be getting to the Echo for the Gauntlet just to try it out. See what we want to do build-wise. Great time to think on the fly. Just like horribly miss like half of the ghosts. I can't use that much brain power while I'm doing this. I don't know, what's a good thing for the Dog Sword to go smacking down on? I guess maybe the tier 8 Relic would be good. Get Specialist going. Otherwise, it's only 2 specs of the Dog Sword. $45. Oh, can't even get it a few kills early, can we? Gauntlet, high defense, and HP bosses. Thinking of using it on next once you get Specialist. Corp would be pretty good. Try it out on Corp. Yeah, I guess we kind of need Specialist, don't we? Because it's... Otherwise, we're not going to get, like, a ton of specs out of it. 2 versus 5, and then also the chance that you miss. Chance of missing will go way down with the Specialist Relic. Corp's still very tough. Well, someone was saying you can drag him over to, like, the... I don't know, the cave entrance, I guess? It's not a gate. You can drag him over there and then just like recall, jump in, spec him some more. Though he does have a health pool of what, 2k? So it's still probably kind of slow. Just because it's a lot of damage to get through. Heals a ton. You're gonna get 2 at 50 KC. Could they even do that? Is that even a thing? Double drop in the same kill of the same item? There we go. Getting the timing down. Just in time to get the dog sword. Get one more, yeah, one more. Get the lava. Ended up doing 6k damage, did that method. Man, that's a ton of healing actually, yeah. It took you 6k damage to get him down once. It's a ton of specs. Oh my god, the lag. Oh, that's scary. Do not want to freeze on the ghosts. That's a bad time to have any kind of lag. Oh, no dog sword yet for us. 4 more KC to go. That's why I just did the 1 kill. Yeah, I mean, I guess... Well, with the dog sword, you'd be able to spec it, like... You'd probably do an okay amount of damage. You'll be able to spec it down with the bandos portion of it. Get, like, the defenses and the magic level down after a while. Can camp it with the Kopish, but, I mean, do you even want to? I don't know, because I guess you kind of want the specs, too. We've got time to experiment with it. Week and a half. Not 3. Oh, I don't think I moved in time for that one. Oh, and that tagged me. 40 damage. Yikes. Stand here. Oh no. Oh, we got the diagonal. Gosh dang, man. Oh, that was unfortunate for us. Oh, we stalled out from the potion too. Kinda want to heal up a little. Kinda want to heal up a little. Kinda want to heal up a little. Okay, we're alive. It's fine. A little rough. Would love to try an account like this, but wouldn't be able to do the Inferno without Banker's Note. I think with this one we'll be fine because of the dog sword. Man, this is a terrible kill. We're gonna have to go through another round of ghosts too, I think. Oh. Speaking of terrible, gosh dang. Yeah, that's it. That's our spot right there. Oh no. That's just dead. God, dude. That was a really, really bad kill. Flailing around too much. Dog sword, you just spec it until the defenses and then nuke it with the Kopish. Yeah, I think so. Dog sword AoE from the Kopish makes it infinite sustain at least. Yeah, well, the AoE on the Kopish I think isn't going to be that big of a deal in the Inferno. I mean, I guess you can spec like the blobs, or not the blobs, the nibblers. I don't think it's going to matter that much though. I think really you're going to end up camping the dog sword probably for most of it. Oh, we didn't make it easier on ourselves for the last 4 kills, did we? A little bit unfortunate. We'll up ourselves to tuna potato since we have a few. Oh, not a dark Grombwan. Alright, we just have to focus up for 4 kills. Ooh, it's been 30 minutes. Gotta send a text. Alright, 4 kills. 4 kills to the guaranteed 1. I'm holding basically no hope of getting it early. Does that influence the RNG? Maybe. On my 3rd Leagues build, I took Bankers every time. Recall so bad compared to it. I like it for the Specialist thing. You know, I thought it was okay on the first account. I think since the first account I wanted to go to Dragon and do like more skilling stuff, I probably would have been better off with Banker's Note. Part of the reason I didn't take it on the first account though is because I took Banker's Note last year, so I wanted to try something a little bit different. But I think having experienced all the stuff in here, I would say really the best use case for it is a sort of like specialist build. Specialist build in the wild, and I think if you're not doing that, it's probably just not worth taking. Because Banker's Note is just... It does all of the same things, it's just Banker's Note does the same stuff better, but also helps you with, like, harder wave content and stuff. Oh no. Oh my god, why did it walk me that way? Oh, the pain. The pain of standing on blue lava. Oh man, that's unfortunate too. Block that whole side. Recall isn't bad. Bankers doesn't recharge your spec. Yeah, that's why it's like, it's really spec focused. And I guess you could do a range spec build, but I think if you're doing a spec build, you probably want the Compish Blade. I don't know. I mean, I guess you could do one around the Dog Sword and go for, like, the ZCB. I think if you're doing that, you still want to pick up the Compish, though. Plus, Total Recall is quite good in the Wilderness. Oh, why did I waste that food? Brains all over the place now. 3 kills from the finish line. If you have to raid, you really want to take Bankers, everyone else with Bankers, and then they'll be doing strats involving you having it. Oh, I know. Oh man, the times that people would drop me trying to run stuff through TOB, like running the maze room. They're like, everybody has Bankers. Explode, explode, explode. I'm like, oh my god, guys, wait, no, please. Very unfortunate. But at least once you get Last Stand, you can kind of do some stuff. It's still not perfect because of the cooldown on it, so you won't get it in every room of the raid. Kind of bridges that gap a little, though. I mean, I use that for a lot of the wave content, too. Being able to, like, force myself through stuff. It made the waves really, really slow if I had to wait the 3-minute cooldown. Oh, that was a little slow. Ooh, don't step on that. Ah, dang it. Ah, well. If we can get it down before he puts more lava, that would be greatly appreciated, Compish Blade. Please help me out. Compish Blade. Ooh, ow. Yikes. What did we get? Slayer level? We did get a Slayer level. 2 more kills to go. Kind of how everyone at TOB had Last Stand and expected you to proc it in certain fights, like the, what is it, Bloat? Last Stand on Bloat. Another thing with the Wilderness is that you can kind of farm resources without Bankers, because you can note everything in the resource area. Yeah, Wieldy is the pick for Recall. I think so. I think it's just the use cases for having total recall is much smaller than Banker's Note. Didn't get a text back. Let me make a call real quick. Make sure she's alright. Still alive? That's a plus. 30 more minutes on the timer. Send another text. The time you save on PVM is probably bigger if you don't have raids. Oh, well, yeah, I think so. Jumping in and out of the bosses. But it also really depends on... essentially, if you can spec them down. So like God Wars, it works really well, because you can spec those bosses down. The Desert Treasure 2 bosses... I guess when you have specialists, you can probably spec them down. They've got like 700 health or something. It'd be a little bit rough, but any bosses that you can spec down in your spec bar, that's where Total Recall really saves a lot of time. Rip. So I'm like, because I don't know. I mean, I guess if we average out like 150 damage per spec or something like that, then it's pretty close, actually. It's not too far off of being able to just spec stuff out. As long as you don't have a lot of like wave-based content that you're trying to do or raids. So it probably does help more for like most things. I guess there's some other stuff like Nightmare that doesn't quite fall into that category. Just kind of, you're stuck in an instance for a long time. You can't spec something out. But there's not a ton of bosses that fit that. Whisper, you can't save much time there, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm not super familiar with the Whisper boss myself. We do technically have it available, so I don't know. Is it even worth me trying? I guess I can't melee it, right? I think it's a mage-only boss from what people were saying. Oh. Oh my, I did that completely wrong. Sprayed the wrong thing on every single ghost. We don't even get the pity dog sword 1KC before 50. Scam game. Well, now we're guaranteed to get it. They could buff recall a bit, letting people have an instance persist for a minute or two. I mean, I'm trying to remember what they... I guess in the past, maybe it was less bosses were instance, so I didn't feel it quite as much last year. Like, I guess God Wars was still instance, so you kind of had that, but you're really close to the room anyway. But they instanced, like, Cerberus. Cerberus wasn't instanced before, so you could do things like skip the ghosts on normal Cerberus, and then teleport back into the room. So there were more use cases, plus you also had Banker's Note on top of it anyway. Since it wasn't, like, you just got recall for free. Though it didn't save spec before, right? I think that was something they added for this one. Oop, oop. Don't get too click happy. Gotta survive our 50KC to get the dog sword. Come on. Let me be free. Let me be free. Wow. Okay, well, you were right. We got 2 of them. Is that guaranteed to be 2 of them? Something I'm missing here? That's a little odd. Dual wield dog swords. I didn't even realize that could happen. I guess you have a, maybe you have a roll plus the guaranteed. Maybe they're separate. I don't know. Dual wield, yeah. This isn't, these aren't even good alks though, right? Yeah, 30k. Is this the true god sword or simply a joke replica? Who could ever know? Double dog dared. Guessing it's like Vorkath head. Yeah, maybe so. So you get like the RNG roll plus you also get the guaranteed drop. I think the fear might be you recalling and full healing just invading boss fights, but that's easily solvable by removing the HP storage aspect. Dude, if only you could dual wield them. You have both and you're just like running around specking stuff. Use the spec twice as fast. Well, you know what? I guess since we're here, I don't think this is going to be quite as good as the Compish while we're in here, but... God, what a drop, though. Eternal Boots, 2 dog swords. Kind of wild. If only we could have gotten the Primordial while we're in here. Give us a spec. Lower his defenses. Get him. Hound him. Dog sword in one hand, Compish in the other. When you spec that, you kind of like cross the blades. You get all of the god sword stuff, and the lightning comes down. Alright, we're gonna have to go get Specialist for sure, so we can just spam this. Ah. No Pegasians on KC11. Okay, let's do some tasks, I think. 3,600 points. Let me pull up the task list. We could probably do... I mean, I guess it doesn't matter so much. We could try doing a corp kill if we're able to, like, recall back to the front of the area. Let's see. Yeah, I guess we could. Killing corp is probably, what, 80 points for the first kill? Oh, the rabbit? Oh, you're right. You did mention the rabbit out in Tehranwyn. Well, we could do that. Does the rabbit even have, like, stats? Is it worth draining stats with the dog sword on that one? Specialist with Compish and the Slayer Helm made Whisper surprisingly easy at melee. Really? I guess, yeah, the extra 15%. Well, did you also have the Crystal Armor? Because, I mean, I guess I could do the same thing with that. Where is the entrance for it? Is it in the city, or was it, like, up here somewhere? It's been a while since I've come in to, like, fight the rabbit. I know it's somewhere on the north part. Heals are nice. Well, supposedly the rabbit cave is not instant, so we can just, like, recall nonstop in there. Hunter area, under the red chins. Alright, we'll run up to the north then. See, that one was 200 points. I guess we don't have a ton of points that we have to find. We're already pretty close. Head over this way. Alright. Man, I so wish that this account really should have had Animal Wrangler. I just couldn't not try the woodcutting one. Okay. Where am I looking for this? Is it not just a cave entrance? North side of the hunter area? Trying to spot it. Trying to look. That cave, probably. Save our memory. I guess prayer doesn't matter against this boss, does it? Actually, wouldn't it'd be in here? Maybe someone already killed it on this world. Because isn't the respawn timer like crazy long on this? Does Lumberjack suck? I don't know. I mean, it's for the areas that I have, I think it's the weakest pick. But I don't think like it's not as bad as I originally thought. The fletching XP is really bad, but you know, you're not using it to get to 99 fletching, I suppose. Ooh, we can freeze it? Oh no, it's immune to the freezes. Come over here, rabbit. We'll do this as well, so we can kind of go back and forth with our spec. Maybe down there. a little bit weird. I will turn on auto retaliate. That would help a little. I'm so not used to to like going back and forth between the spec bar. Get him. I have no idea if it has any sort of defenses that I need to worry about. Probably just use the Coppish from this point, yeah. Nope. Eat a random food for no good reason. Alberta Bound got himself max skills. Congrats, sir. Just imagine having red and black chins and no Animal Wrangler. I know. I think actually, so I don't know. It's so tough because Animal Wrangler I think is like quite a strong pick regardless. Being able to like the Hunter and the auto cooking, okay, sure. I mean everybody gets Karambwan. It's not like that big of a deal because you can AFK that anyway. But it is really nice to make it all of a sudden like 20 minutes AFK. You actually don't have to pay attention at all. And then it also helps Hunter, and Hunter tends to be a lot of points as well. Whereas like woodcutting, it's kind of the same thing. It's nice for woodcutting because you can suddenly make things just completely AFK, like chopping a tree. Well, sort of though, because the spots will go down eventually. So it's more like, you know, if you have redwoods, it's a little bit better because those are up for, I don't know, 5 minutes or something. I don't know if there's a set timer on those, but it's not quite as good as Animal Wrangler for the AFK. It does make fire making passive, and fire making's kind of an annoying skill to train. But the fletching XP on there, it's nice to get like the early passive levels, but you're probably not going to go above like 80 realistically. I mean, because like for me, and you probably would be on fire making for most of it regardless, but like you get up to maybe 70 or 80 fletching, that's probably where you stop. And then you just switch over to fire making, so you don't have to go for like, because otherwise you're going to 200 mil wood cutting to get up to like 99 fletching, which feels like a bit of a waste. We did it. We downed the bunny. Crystal Grail acquired. 200 pointer. Ruby Bolt specking this took me 20 minutes running in a circle. Yeah, this one's it's a pretty slow one to do normally. Took the mining instead of Animal Wrangler, even though I went wham, and it was worth it purely for Asgardian mining content. Yeah, I mean, I think for like the regions that I picked here, I actually think that the same sort of setup that I did in the relics on my first account, where I started with Animal Wrangler and then reloaded into Power Miner, I think that would work quite well for this. Probably do like the dodgy deals I still prefer over Friendly Forager. I don't hate Friendly Forager, and I think if you're able to reload into it and have both of these, it's a good one. It's just a little bit hard to pass up Golden God. Buying stuff noted from shops is quite good. I don't know that I care as much about like the magic and the prayer. The GP is also okay. I think it depends. If you have like Fremnik or Barlamore, cool. Golden God synergizes really well with construction there. Outside of that, I think really the biggest strength here is like buying stuff noted saves a lot of time, and you pair that with like Production Master. These two together is like a ton of XP. Overgrowth just solves urban farming better than Friendly Forager. Yeah, no, I agree. I think if you're going for an account that's going to max and you don't care about like something specific from Grimoire, you just go Overgrown. Let's see. Okay, what do we have other task-wise that we can kind of do? Maybe I'll look at the 200 pointers and let's see. Combat achievements. We're probably, I don't think we're super close to anything there. 100 combat achievements is one. Task completed, so we're pretty far off of that. Imbued heart, no thanks. Jar, no thanks. Catching chins. We were just talking about that one. A little bit unfortunate. Hunter, crafting. Full sets of junk. A lot of this stuff, not really. Maybe there's not a ton of easy 200 pointers for us. Clues? I guess we could do clues. We've got 25 uniques from an elite. from elite clues, we could do that. I've got like 75 or something elites in the bank. Skilling stuff, am I close to anything? 6 mil off of the woodcutting one, not super close. 10 mil off of strength, that's actually probably pretty quick. Pet space levels, yeah, none of this is like super fast. 500 of God Wars boss for 200. Crafting and smithing is fixed with Dodgy and Taranwin. No, I definitely think, so the areas that I have, for sure, Dodgy Deals and Animal Wrangler would have been better. I just had to try stuff, you know. Equip a Gauntlet's 200. I'd need 80 smithing for that. We could maybe go for that one. Oh, and the boots. Although, is it an individual task for the boots? That doesn't look like it, actually. Oh, not task. Boots. Oh, do they not even have... They don't even have a task for equipping all 4 of them, or all 3 of them, do they? Unless they named it something else. Yeah, it's a little unfortunate. I think we're going to have to go for, like, smaller tasks, probably, because a lot of this stuff, we're just not quite there yet for the level. Yeah, a lot of this stuff is skilling related. The wards, I guess probably wilderness bosses, because we don't necessarily need to be specialists to take down the wilderness bosses. We can get the drops from those. Those are going to be kind of like, I see the shields are 200 points a pop. The rings, all of the other random stuff that they drop as well. We probably go for that. Ooh, we did have a bunch of keys too. We can open those up, maybe get some Dagonhide pieces. Axe Hut. Kind of funny, this league essentially has the Fire Sale plus Banker's Note plus Production Master pickable. Something I wished for during the Trailblazer Reloaded. Did you end up going that combo this time around too on one of your accounts? Callisto and Venonanus don't do Vedion till Specialist because he has insane slashing defense. I mean, we could spec him down with the Dog Sword. I know this isn't quite as much damage, but it does have the Crush option. Could kill Corp once as well. Yeah, okay, so what we'll do, let's open the keys first and just see if we get some Dagonhide pieces. I think I had like 38 keys or something, so we've got a pretty good number of them. One piece I think was 200, and the whole set was also something. Maybe 200, or maybe it was like 80 for one piece and then 200 for the full set. The spec is slash? Oh, is it? Well, it does say echo slash. I guess I don't know if that actually matters, but yeah, you're probably right. Okay, let's bank some stuff. Get some space for our keys. 39 keys. Guess we might as well open all of them. We'll probably need to hold on to this. We have some teleports back and forth. I'm not super familiar with the drop table for Laren's keys. I guess we could use the, hold on. We get a looting bag, then we don't have to leave. I guess a lot of the stuff is noted, though, isn't it? Maybe it can't fill our inventory. Almost no crush specs. You checked. I guess the, what is it? Vigora's Chain Mace or whatever. The special that you get from that one. That's probably crush, but that's also not like a super good spec. Dragon Mace, and that requires a hero's quest. Why couldn't they make it auto-completed? I thought they were going to, actually. I thought they were going to auto-complete it with Kandarin, but they didn't do that. Wait, that's slashing? Oh. Slashing for the Chain Mace? That is weird. Is this going to make our drops go automatically in here? It is. Okay, maybe we won't do that, and if our inventory is filled up, we can open it up. And we can't do big checks either, so we're stuck. Okay, Dagon High pieces. We want at least one. If we get the full set in, 40 keys, wouldn't complain. There's one. It is a 200-point task. All right. I think it's a little unlikely for us to get the whole set, but you can always, fingers crossed. Hope for the best. Couple of points for 15 chests. I think there was one for opening 30 chests as well, so we'll get another one. Went that relic combo on my ranger alt. Ooh, wow, I looked away, we got a top. That's pretty good. Got bored before tier 8. Range combat wasn't very fun to grind gear, since it actually doesn't matter. Yeah, a little bit of a shame. You don't get the same feeling of, like, progression there. Oh, another hat. And the dupes begin. 3 pieces, though. That's actually... I don't know how common they are out of this chest. It feels like it's pretty good, though. Well, 2 out of 3. Unless we can get one in the last couple. Maybe? No full one for us. Dude, I love the look of the Dagon High, though. Actually, this right here, this is kind of an interesting look to it as well. A lot of style points on this one. Best part of grinding gear with tier 6 range is targeting melee tank pieces. I mean, you basically have to, because it's the only thing that's really useful to you. Okay, so we did this. I guess let's make our way around to some of the bosses then. We could probably faster to start with. We do the 3 for the shields. I think those will be fairly quick, hopefully. Just specking them down over and over again. Take these 2 out. Oh, that guy's rocking the Dagon High hat, too. I don't know if I like that look quite as much, though. Alright, we'll keep the bucket helm for now. Bucket helm lives on. Okay. I mean, really, we don't even need anything. Do we even care about potions? I think most of these bosses are pretty weak, since we're going to be recalling around on top of them. Probably not. We just need the fedora on the first guy, the crazy arc. I remember that was a task, and then the 2 shield pieces, so basically all his uniques. You know what? The bandit camp's pretty close, isn't it? 2 Callisto drops good stuff. Mahogany logs for construction. Yeah, I think we'll just make our way around to kind of all the bosses. Maybe as we get to them in the wilderness. So we'll start with... We'll kind of loop around. There's one for the 2-handed sword as well, right? The dragon 2-hander. I guess that's Chaos Ellie. Chaos Fanatic has high defenses for melee, but that's it. We can also switch to the dog sword if we wanted to. If stuff is super, super tanky and we're like splashing a bunch with this. Callisto is the least annoying one to do with Specialist since he doesn't run around the room. Yeah, I think we just need to, we need to save our spot near his spawn. I guess here, well, actually, here, I think he spawns somewhere right around in here. Well, that's a lot of damage. Alright. And he dropped us the muddy key. We needed that before. I think there's actually a task for opening more muddy keys. Oh, sweet. Okay, we actually saved it right next to spawn, so I think we're good. Total recall? Oh, yeah, I know what you meant. Chaos Elemental is not a task, at least, unless you want to target the pet drop for 200 points. Well, can we get the Dragon 2-hander from anywhere else? How many points was that? Dragon 2-hand, I'm pretty sure. 80 points on that one, so it's not, crazy. I don't know, we'll start with this guy. I mean, the drops for the shield pieces are what? 1 and 128? Normally? So it should be fairly common for us. 1 at 25 or something. Well, let's see. I've got the wiki open, so let me look for the Dragon 2-hander. Does that drop from anything else? Oh, you know what? Actually, it basically drops from all of the bosses, so never mind. We don't need to kill the Chaos Elemental then. Drops from all the Willy bosses. Yep, I was just seeing that on here. Let's see. Oh yeah, it has been about 30 minutes. Oop, there's one of our shards. We'll send a text. I'm assuming that I'll be safe enough at this guy, probably. And look away. Well, it's not that bad if we end up, if we die to this guy, we just come back. I don't think that there's really anything else that we care about on these. I mean, I picked up the Onyx Bolts just for the heck of it, but as I'm thinking about it, I don't really care, actually, to make these bolts, so I don't think we actually do care about these. Because we'll get Onyx Bolt drops from Corp if we end up farming him a bunch. Plus, there's better ways for money anyway. Wait, did I not update that? I thought I did. There we go. Turn off the ground items, maybe. Kind of a pain in the butt. Kind of want to... Maybe we do pick these up just so I get the beam of light. If we get something. I'm not going to have the text on here. Alright, while we're killing this guy, I can kind of look through the task too and see if there's anything that's particularly quick for us. Defeating all the bosses 50, 150 times. Those are all tasks. Air Battle Staff we could do, that's an 80-pointer. Chaos Temple Stone shortcut. Ooh, Fedora. 30-pointer. Not impressive, but that's fine. We need ourselves a little over 3,000 points anyway. Yeah, the chins we can't really do. That'd be a pain. We could imbue a God Cape. That's not terrible. I guess it'd be a little bit slow because we have to use magic on that one. Let's see. Muddy keys. I guess we do want to be opening those up because it looks like there is a task. For 10 muddy chests. Pirate locker keys. Man, actually, oh, I guess that's it. That's all the 80-point tasks in there for the wilderness. There's not a ton, actually. A lot of the KC tasks that we'd have to work our way up towards. There's some stuff for Zulrah drops, though I'm still thinking wait for specialist probably for Zulrah. Since we don't really need anything from it. It's kind of just a final point grind if we're really desperate for them. Could do one game as Volcano. Although, really, that's probably like 20 minutes because we're going to have to solo it. What else is in here? A couple of Slayer ones. Defeat a Dark Beast we could do. Yeah, Dark Beasts are before Cerberus, so we're good there. You'll help for Volcano. I've been told, as long as you don't have Power Miner, I don't know how bad it is for non-Power Miners. I know several people said if there's Power Miners, you basically don't get points, so you can't do like the larger ones. Maybe that's not an issue if we like schedule something out though. Don't get too many Power Miners in there. I don't know how the Volcano drops work, so I don't know what the like threshold is for the number of people. The top 10 maybe for like whoever gets drops. Top 10 point earners or something. Unsired, Burning Claws. I guess we go kill Tormented Demons. Well, nope, there's the Odium Shards. We're done here. You know what? Let's get our prayer up. Hopefully not take too much damage. Have a Crystal Pick and a Threshold. It's a threshold, not the top 10. Oh, so you just need to get like a certain number of points. Yeah, I guess, so there's a couple of Slayer ones that we do for like 80 pointers. Fire Cape would help guess. Yeah, there's a lot of points actually behind the fire cape. I just have to control myself on the mastery point. Or, you know, I guess maybe we don't even necessarily have to worry about that. Because if I beat the Echo boss, Echo Gauntlet, then we can always get another mastery point there. Maybe we should send a fire cape too. Fire cape would be like 400 points. Oh, well, that wasn't too bad. Go to Corrupted Gauntlet, since Specialist won't help you anyways. Yeah, I suppose it's true. We could. Does this guy give me anything other than the shield pieces that I need for a task? I don't think he does, right? I can't wield the ancient staff that he drops, can I? Not even in the task list. I don't see it in here. Echo CG. You're not wrong. Yeah, I suppose so. Split bark body? Dude, this was the coolest thing ever back in the day. I always loved split bark. I really wish it was more useful. No magic percentage on this? What a crime, dude. They should have put like 0.5% on the split bark body and legs. Just, like, it still wouldn't be good, but just so I had something, you know? Need Desert to wield the staff? Wish I knew that before I killed him 200 times to get it. I know, I think someone else had that problem as well. Oh, he unequips junk. That's really annoying. I forgot, he has that special in here too. That was, Toilet Soda. Toilet Soda had that same problem. He was grinding it out. Did a bunch of kills here, got the Ancient Staff, and couldn't use it. Dragon Hallie goes hard for Jad. Yeah, no, you're probably right. I think we can send the Gauntlet, get the Echo Orb, because we're going to have to go do that anyway. I do want to get Crystal Armor just to experience the full power of the Coppish build. Pick up some trash, I won't equip it. True. Pick up all the random junk. Quick, fill our inventory with his bones. Close enough. OSRS devs cooked when they made Blood Bark as an upgrade. The Mori Bark armor, so fashionable. I did like that they did that. I mean, I guess in that way they did give some love to Split Bark. I just really, I mean, like, the look of Split Bark was always really cool to me. It looks terrible with the setup, okay. Pay no attention to this, okay? Okay, we're gonna take that off. Doing a disservice to Split Bark. They're so stingy on the magic percentage on gear due to the shadow being bonkers. Well, and that's why I'm like, just 0.5%, dude. I was like, on this thing, no one's gonna use it anyway. It's so much more annoying to go get Split Bark, regardless. So like, people aren't gonna do that. They're gonna get Arams like anyway. But that way, you know, if you like Split Bark, you get a tiny little use out of it. The style points, though. I guess at that point, if you wanted to use it, you're just using it anyway. 0.5 is basically nothing. What can I say? I've got maybe... I'm just attached to the Split Bark armor. Come on, make the Split Bark good. Give it some love. Deserves something. The upgrade gets 1%. Split Bark body again. Actually not a terrible alch. 27k. Man, how many kills do we even have to get for the other shield pieces? Wasn't a lot. 26 of them. That's probably a little bit lucky. I guess we'll stick it out here for like 50 kills, maybe. If we don't get the shield pieces in 50 kills, I'll just go run over to the Gauntlet. We can send a few of those. That could be kind of the next goal. Maybe I do some tasks if I have some time when I'm not on stream, just to bring the number down a little bit. This did beginner clues without Arbiter, and it sent me to Charlie twice. Not doing this. Bright side, you have so many beginner clues probably that you don't have to actually keep those steps, just drop them. So dry on Basilisk Knights. Going for the face guard upgrade. I think that one, you do want to be on task. I don't know if you have the Slayer Relic. It's more common if you're actually on task. May help you a little bit if you don't have that already. Just a waste of time doing clues without the Relic. Now, I feel the same way because I tried to send some beginners on UJack and it's just like, it's such a slog. You get those 3-step beginners, like, oh man, and then you open it and you only get one reward and it's cabbages, and it's just like, oh my god. You just skip them. Honestly, I think you just skip most of the clue points. You can do the kind of like complete 25 of all the stuff and just see what you get, and then you're probably done. Unless you're really trying to like finish out all the tasks. 1K was being on task. Oh. Brutal. Cabbage and Fire Runes. Do beginner clues? They feel like the worst things to do. As quick as they are, I hate doing them on the main game because I'm like, it'd be cool to get some mole slippers, but it's so depressing opening them up and it's just like 20 air runes, 5 fire runes, here's a leather top, and you're like, oh my god. You get a stack of 5 cabbages and you're like, and I know that was a rare drop, it just rolled cabbages. Like, oh, such a pain in the butt. Really need to make some more clue relics into passives. I feel like they could. I don't know. I mean, clue, the Treasure Arbiter, compared to the other two, I feel like the Treasure Arbiter is probably the weakest choice for this league. It's still fun to have it, but I also feel like Treasure Arbiter could probably have just been the passive on, like, even if it's tier 8 or something, you know? I don't think it needed to be its own clue necessarily. Split bark legs? Heck yeah. Oh, we picked up the top. Oh yeah, here we go. Now, see, this is the look that you're going for, okay? Oh, and look at the luck on that. We get the shield piece. He respects the split bark. Confirmed, increases RNG, they buffed it. We're good. They gave it something. It's the weakest, but it's practically a must pick if you want to finish the league. Ah. Yeah, I guess so, because those higher up tasks are kind of a pain in the butt, aren't they? Be real sad without it. Treasure Arbiter, just like the Miscellaneous Management Relic, are just way too focused as relics to really be good compared to the other ones. Maybe so. I think Kingdom would have been better if Kingdom gave you, like, higher tier resources or something. Like, if they added that into the Relic. Because the herbs, they stop at, like, the mid-level stuff. But even still, I'm like, I don't know. I was just kind of... It sounded good. It sounded like a lot of resources. And I mean, in fairness, over time it was. It just didn't feel quite the same as, like... I mean, Overgrown... You run around, you plant all of your herb patches, assuming that you have quite a few. Those stacked up really, really fast. Plus, you got all the farming XP. So I felt it more going for, like, Overgrown. And I think that's kind of the main problem you would want to solve with Kingdom. I mean, it gives you other resources too. I mean, it was nice for like bird's nests, but it just wasn't, I don't know. It just didn't feel like quite as good to have compared to, I mean, even this, like Grimoire is not flashy, but at least you get the prayers. Like, you can see the prayers, you can feel the prayers. You get like, wow, we got that too. All right, well, I did say I was gonna go over to Gauntlet. I guess we could save Scorpio for later. Kind of like, I'm like, ooh, but I'm close to the shields. Let's do this. Get out of here. Oh my god, there's bandits in the camp. Bandits in the bandit camp? How could you? Oh my god, alright. Oh, I did click it. Saved it? Oh, no, it didn't. Oh well, pulled him out of there. Okay, let's clear the inventory out. We can go over to the Gauntlet. You're never getting enough collection logs without it, nor 75 master clues. Dude, the master clues one. Well, you almost have to have, what, Zaya? Zaya, so you can trade in clues for it. Otherwise, well, how many do I have on this account? This account has Treasure Arbiter. Pretty brutal. I haven't done, like, there's a handful of the 75 clues. Well, I guess quite a few of them. 75 elite clues, 75 hard clues I haven't finished. I probably still have easy and mediums. Yeah, I didn't do any of the 75. So I mean, 75 of each of these. Basically, like 50 a pop of these to see if I get the master clues for it. What do master clues go up to? Master clues, 25 of them. Fill 5 slots, 10 uniques. Oh, dude, like it goes all the way up to 75. Fill 25 slots, 25 uniques. I think there's no way. I would have to do way too many clues to get 75 of these to do. I think you have to be Zaya if you wanted to complete that. Without the boosted rate, it's not happening for 99% of players. No, I do agree. At least there's a chance with me having Treasure Arbiter on here. Not a great chance, though, without Zaya. With Zaya, you're essentially guaranteed to get it. It'll just take a while. I mean, man, it would not be fast with Zaya either, because you're going to have to build up those clues to trade them in. You know what? Yeah, we'll area teleport, that's fine. Doesn't matter if it's I don't know if it's closer to walk from the Clue Compass Telly, but it's not that far anyway. Arbiter makes them 1 out of 15 drops and 10 times for skilling. Yeah, that's true. I mean, it makes it easier to build up the clues to trade them in. Did it with Arbiter and no Zaya, but had to do hundreds of elites. I do not love elites, I can tell you that. Even with Treasure Arbiter. There's more steps in the elites that are like, go and kill a thing, and the Clue Compass doesn't help with that. It's just such a pain. But if you have a lot of them, you can drop them, so it's maybe not as big of a deal. Oh. You gonna get it? Well, he did get a Crystal Armor Seed. Hopefully that's helpful for him. Not wearing full crystal yet. Easy. Okay, let's see. Let's see how corrupted's gonna be. I only did the one the other day, but we have gotten a little bit stronger since then, so hopefully, hopefully we'll be fine. I'll say Friday evening after work and everything, I'm not like at my most awake, so I fear for this boss fight a little bit. But we'll see. Hopefully it'll be alright. I mean, we have better stats now for melee. We have our prayers as well to help out a little bit. And I mean, we only need to get the armor seeds and the echo orb. Like, I'm fine if we get an enhanced, but I'm not that concerned with it. Since we already got the Armadale crossbow, if I do end up doing a 5-5 range thing, we can always just use that. Doing some herbivore content. I finished the 150 a couple days ago on UJack. I don't mind herbivore. It still takes a little while, but at least it gets you to 99 hunter doing that. Get a couple things out of it. The range boss. Yeah, I guess probably fine for us to do this with the little mace. Probably more of a waste of time to run back. Okay. Oh, I guess we didn't need to wait for that animation, did we? Weapon frame. Let's see. We're done with this one. We're done with this one. Take our weapon frame, and I think... Yeah, we checked one more. Nothing. We'll start to get ourselves somewhat prepped. We'll do that. We're gonna come over to the singing bowl. We're gonna drop this stuff. And then we'll make ourselves do that one. We'll do the ranged one. We can bring that up to perfected. We need a vial as well. I think we can live with just one of these for the herbs. Because we get the extra prayer anyway from the passives on the mastery, so I think we're fine with that. So now we just need the cotton for the armor and probably a little bit more food. Alright, well there's food. Welcome to the Red Prison. Oh, you know, I kind of... No. I was going to ask a question about the Echo Gauntlet, but we'll save it for later. I'll let myself be surprised by that one. We have 8 of these already. I think we might be good, actually, on food. We probably want one more fishing spot, I bet. Ooh, that gives farming XP. I didn't realize that. Road to 99 farming, here we come. 99 farming in the Gauntlet. Equilibrium helping us out a little bit. Excited for you to see it. Definitely messes with your normal CG brain. Nope. Alright, well, we've got this guy here, so... 50-50 chance it gives us the melee thing. I hope it's not too difficult. I think I've actually enjoyed the Echo bosses on my first account the most out of everything. Echo Cerb wasn't terrible. We got the orb. Rip. But we do get a little bit of extra food. Kind of nice. We got 3 minutes to find it. Ugh. Alright. Better speed along a little bit. We just need to find literally anything now. Soul was the only one I thought that was close to Echo CG difficulty-wise. A little scary. Alright, we don't need that. I think we're good. Grab the spike, grab the shards, let's run back. We got ourselves 2 minutes to prep. I think we should be alright. We got, yeah, 7 of those. I think that should be plenty. They do heal a little more, don't they? I guess I wasn't really paying attention to that the first time we did this. But since everything heals a little more, we get that benefit as well. And then we'll make the weapon first. Am I a little short on shards? I don't know if I am. Guess we'll see. Don't quite have everything memorized for this just yet. We do that one. Oh, we are short on shards. It's a pain in the butt. Should have picked up that orb off the ground, apparently. Oh, it was the other way, wasn't it? Oh, no, it wasn't. Ooh, cutting it close. Is that even enough? Actually, I probably ought to look up the values for this stuff. Right now, I was a little bit winging it because it's been a while since I've done a lot of Gauntlet. Okay, well, at least we get the top. I wonder why I put it at 6. Maybe that was for the normal Gauntlet. I'm not sure. A little bit odd. We do that. I guess we could always do it in tier 1 armor, theoretically. Never done gauntlets, can't help you. Well, I know there's a plugin. I've got a plugin active. It's what like highlights stuff and then turns it off. I just don't know why I set it to 6. Like, gathering 2 nodes or something. I guess we'll wait for that, so should be good. Now we get to switch our prayers around, which is going to be extra layer of fun. Oh yeah, running under him. Ran into that problem before too. Alright, should be good there. At least we've got quite the damage boost, I think, with the prayers coming back into this. It's just a little bit of extra thought to get them switched around. As long as I prioritize not stepping on the floor and avoiding the tornadoes, I should be okay. Because we get a lot of damage out of this, for sure. Oh, you know, we did get an extra mastery, too, so range is even stronger than it was previously. Now the fun begins. All the tornadoes. Oh, watch out for the floor. Force the run under him and hope he doesn't completely crush us. Not the most efficient passing, but pathing. Don't have to worry about it too much. Oh, oh, oh. Prayers. There we go. Nope, wait. Too much brain power. We're good. We're good. We're there. It's fine. Actually, a lot of food left over on that one. We did quite good for that. 9 minutes. No, that's not the good one. Like, wait a minute. Like, no. Yeah, that wasn't too bad, though. And it's what? 30... Echo, or 30 hard gauntlet for the Echo Orb. The drop rate for that one. 15 of them. Not too bad. Get the Turon win, Moray combo for melee with the Scythe, but got bored of the idea just thinking of it since T-bowing with range tier 6. Range was definitely... I don't know, I still think I probably should have gone range on the first account just for the sake of, like, speed farming stuff. I think that was the play. If you want to, like, go for Dragon and, like, really grind out the League, you take the sort of, like, strongest or the easiest combat style, and definitely for this year, range was it with the never miss thing. Bit of a missed opportunity. Terrible. Okay, I know. Oh, I must have had it set to 3, so I was just mining 6 for the heck of it. We could try in tier 1 armor. I mean, that one went pretty well. It's a little bit sketchy with tier 1 armor, because if you take some hits, it can really hurt. You take more damage over time as well, but hopefully with the extra healing and everything, not that big of a deal. For the main account, going for Dragon, just take all the shortcuts. Yeah, I think so. I think I let my goals get a little mixed on the main account, because I'm like, ooh, I want to try some stuff for fun, but also go for Dragon. And it was like, that weird mix is what led me to having kind of like a struggle for a lot of these points. Made it really, really slow. Oh, you know what? I guess we don't need the pickaxe anymore if we're only going to do the 3. I guess while we're here, we'll cook these up. Hopefully we'll have slightly more time, just because I'm not going to mine out extra node stuff. We got 14 food. There's more nodes up there. I think we'll just go back this way. We'll circle back over there in a minute. I think melee was competitively strong compared to range. Mage's in the bin, though. I haven't hated PVMing on melee. I think it's just, it made, like, range would have made a lot of stuff AFK. Going, like, tank armor for range and then just kniving stuff down. What did I say? 14. Let's get, like, 2 more, maybe? I guess we'll finish off this node. Actually, no, we won't. Just kidding. We'll just do that. Preserve a little bit of space. The magic one I don't love. Open this. 2 magic ones. Alright, fine. Fine. You know what? We'll double check this. The trees. Mage was sad this league. Guess Jagex had enough of Mage being too strong in the last league. Patiently waiting for the next weekly update for the League reward shop so I can turn all these points into bonds for the main. I wonder how good the reward prices are going to hold up. I know right now they're kind of like, everything is surging up because people are wanting to buy stuff to get points kind of right as the shop opens up. I do wonder though. I imagine it's all going to tank super, super hard. But I guess even beforehand, the League rewards were still, they're like a couple mil for a lot of them. I actually wonder if you're better off like buying the rewards and holding on to them for a little bit, because it'll probably be a pretty big, it'll be like initially the first sales will be up here and then it's going to tank and it's probably going to recover a little bit. That'd be my guess. Got the spike, got the shards. You know what, paddlefish, sorry, see ya. Alright, we can make our armor. The only thing we need now is to complete the weapon, unless I want to go magic. Seems like a little bit of a waste, though, to do that. Alright. Let's run back up this way. Oh, you know what? We'll cook these two while we're here. Give us 24 food. I didn't make that one. Okay, yeah, we're good. Maybe they got like 90% of the echo items. It is true, it got a lot of them. It's just, man, I guess, I don't know, range was just so strong. You know? Oh boy, alright, we're gonna need a little bit of RNG. I guess that one wasn't quite it, so we need to go this way anyway. One more room? Alright. We just need to find, well, at this point, anything. Anything will get us there. Oh, that's unfortunate. We could do it with the tier 2 range. Feel a little bad. We got a tiny bit of time, though. Since we're on the far side, I think we need to start running back at 1.5 minutes. Should be good, since we found him. Very quick, thank you. Don't think I even need the shards. We'll just take it all, though. And we gotta hoof it. Make sure we got enough time to pick up our stuff. The prices on the rewards for League surprisingly hold up even the first few days. Yeah, I normally haven't tracked them that much. I essentially just turn them into bonds right as the shop opened. Yeah, I would assume that right at the start is probably like the best time, and then, you know, maybe a couple weeks after or something. Maybe not even that long. Well, surprisingly, like the Dead Man mode stuff was crazy good too. So I guess not a lot of people went for points in Dead Man mode. Still kicking myself for that one. I was like, I tried to do the whole swapping thing. I should have just focused on points, apparently. Would have been the play. Alright, tier 1 armor. Hopefully we do fairly well in this. We'll take a little more damage than we did last time. Way fewer people play Dead Man. Yeah, that's also true. A lot less people are interested in the whole PvP aspect of things. 30 seconds. Man, we weren't even that much faster, but I think we also weren't super efficient with trying to get through. Well, one of the bosses also being on the far side, kind of a pain. Okay. Of course, he wants to start with the floor, make me move around. Big hit, 33. 29. Oh, little tornado. Hello. Oop. Oh my god, I missed that one. Oh my god. A 46. That's with damage reduction too from the masteries. Holy dude. Having a lesser armor. Very, very painful. Nope, I learned my lesson. I'm very on top of the prayer switches now. Thank you, sir. Ooh, that's a little bit unfortunate for floor placement. We're good. We're chilling. Oh, nope, don't switch off of that. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Oh, yeah, we're getting a little slow. A little bit. We gotta really keep on top of the prayers, otherwise we're gonna get ourselves into trouble. Luckily, melee is strong for this. Hopefully we get some heals. I think we're still pretty good. We're still positive on the food. It just makes me a little nervous. Especially towards the end, because I spend so much time running and having to do stuff like that. Or if he, like, slams me, it's going to be really bad. Oh, oh. Ooh, the splashing. I guess you can't call it splashing on range. The misses. Speaking of the misses, it's probably been 30 minutes. Should send her a text after this kill. Ooh, there's the slam. I need the food so I can do crazy stuff like that to avoid the tornadoes for free. Alright, belly aching for nothing. Half an inventory food, not even that hard. Oh, nope, don't leave it. Alright. Echo Orb. I guess we're looking for the Echo Orb early because it'll save us a lot of time actually if we can get it. No luck. Oh, let me send that text before I forget about it. Get too freaked out to go anywhere further than the first hour. Not good at PvP at all. I mean, luckily, there's a lot that you can do in the safe zones. And there's also a lot of stuff that you can do that's like fairly low risk as well. It is not a game mode that you get at AFK a lot, though. I mean, unless you're actually in a safe zone. So if you're doing something that isn't in a safe zone, it does kind of take away from it because you have to be like focused in on it. But I will say, you can come up with some fun strats and get yourself into some really difficult to get into areas earlier in the game, and then those become AFK. So like being able to get into Darkmire and like tier 1, tier 2, basically nobody in there. Because it's not exactly like an efficient play either. So there's not a lot of incentive for people to do that either. They'd rather like rush the higher tiers where there's better drop rates, and then like it makes the quest easier and they can do it. So if you can find some ways to do that, you can kind of like make more of the map more safe than it otherwise would be. I imagine like getting into Prif as well, probably. There's a lot of stat requirements on that, so I don't know what the minimum is that you get. But if you could do the quest fight at a super low level, then that might be a good one too. Be a little challenging, I think, but I think you could do it. Practice speedrunning Sins of Father for Deadman mode. Noted. Well, you don't even necessarily have to speedrun it either. I mean, I basically... all of the Mauritania quests were pretty safe for me. I know I say that now, and there's probably going to be some people that try that, so it might be a little bit less safe than it was otherwise, but we don't have a ton of people here, so it's probably still going to be a viable strat if you just wanted to spend some time like in Deadman mode, earning points, getting your skills up and stuff. Darkmire's one, I think it was tier 2. I want to say it was tier 2 that I got into it. You can do it also in tier 3, but the farther you have to go, like the more likely there are going to be people. Yeah, wouldn't Song of the Elves be an option to do the Gauntlet? Yeah, I'm not... Are there any combat level requirements? Is there like a Slayer level requirement for the Prif quest? I just don't know offhand, but that might be a good one as well. I just am not sure, because if you can do it in like tier 2, but then running the Gauntlet with no stats is also going to kind of suck. But you do get the like the Deadman mode, whatever they call them, the sigils. So it may not be terrible. You just have to, I don't know, you have to plan your build around it. That you have the stats that you're able to use. But I guess if you do like a ranged magic cure, probably not that bad actually. Because you can get pretty high up there without like bringing your combat level up. Longest Sins of the Father parts are the cutscenes. The hardest part though is the final boss fight when you have like no stats. It's pretty rough. Nope, I picked 6. Play Deadman mode just to PvE in remote zones. I mean, yeah, why not? If they're gonna add cosmetic rewards to it, I mean, I feel like it's fine. You know, you also get to experience some of the superpower stuff. I like to think of it as League's Light. We want to go south. South, we got one more. I guess we don't actually need the big stuff anymore. Sounds fun. Yeah, I think it's my part of the fun for it, because I don't necessarily think I'm good at PvP. And, I mean, we've got a clan now. I don't know if folks will end up being interested in doing Deadman mode stuff. It's a little hard to win, like, the final hours if you're not in a clan. So, that part I'm not necessarily attached to, but finding kind of, like, weird ways to be able to get around and just be able to experience more of the game, I think that's kind of the fun for me in Deadman mode. You lose it all, then you just move on. The Deadman Relic thingies are pretty fun for doing combat. Or doing content, yeah. Wouldn't be playing Make It to the End. Now, I think, I mean, like, I still try. The final hour. I didn't do particularly well, though. I mean, you never do if you're not on one of the big teams. Get wrecked by all the AoE junk. You know, I probably should have just teleported home. Save myself the walk. Not very efficient of me. That's alright. Let's make ourselves the armor. The only thing we really need now is probably the fish. Got our armor. We get that one, that one. Oh, I didn't pick up another weapon frame. That's a little awkward. Alright, we'll have to go back out. Oh, well, here you go. Take one of these guys out and get a weapon frame. Maybe. If they want to drop it for us, I mean, I'll take the paddlefish. I guess we don't necessarily have to be efficient with the Gauntlet. Oh, no weapon. What? Yeah, no weapon frame. That guy will give us one, though. We're still gonna need more food, though. I don't know, we did have like half an inventory left. Maybe we don't need to get that much food. Weapon frame, you know what? I'm probably not gonna use this otherwise. Use it for the heck of it. Make the potion, make the bow. That's all good there. Those two, now we're basically done. We can drop... Nope, not the harpoon. Need that one, we'll just fill up on fish if we can hopefully find them. Goodness. Like, no fishing spots around. There's one, I don't know, 16 is probably enough. I think we've been going through maybe like 12. I haven't really been keeping track. Maybe we just open up a couple more. Ah, there we go. Surely don't need more than 20 for how this has been going. Alright. We can drop that stuff now. Cook these up, send it in the Gauntlet. This is slightly faster. I guess there's also the boss fight. We're kind of getting there. I think some people can do this as fast as like the prep phase, maybe what, 5 minutes or something like that. I'm not super up on my Gauntlet stats, but you can definitely do it faster than what I'm doing. Taking my time, because I mean, there's probably a combat achievement for doing this with like tier 3 armor. Maybe that's something to go for. Try to get really, really efficient at getting everything together. Ooh, he didn't start with the floor over here. That's nice. Wow, he did so much to him. Tornadoes. Ooh. Oh, don't melee us, please. Doing my best not to lose ticks while we're running around. Try to be a professional PVMer. The zeros aren't helping my cause. There we go. Sneak in a hit. Hey, we did it. Didn't get hit by the tornadoes. Oh, we did. I guess we ran under him. Rip. Take a slam. Feel like I probably need to adjust the values of stuff if I'm going to end up doing a lot of this, just to like help speed things along a little bit. Nope, don't stop. Oh, we stepped on the floor. Yikes, that's a lot of damage. Scary. Little melee heal, that's nice. Top us up. See, I'm pretty sure the only thing that I'd really care about for the prayer pen is like making this fight a little bit easier. I don't think it's too terrible though. As I take a slam. I don't know, if I figured, if I felt like the echoes were gonna do more, but man, oh, that's not good. We're gonna take, oh, well, lucky. Like we didn't take a huge hit on that. That could have been bad for us. Not sitting on a lot of health. Ooh, boy, speaking of bad. Trying to have coherent thoughts. It's not happening. I think I'm just getting a little too tired from the long day. It's a little difficult now for me to like actually do Gauntlet and talk at the same time. I can feel it. Come on. Alright. He's down. Scaring myself. But yeah, if you folks are interested, I don't know how many of you are in the clan. Weapon Seed. Like, we can try and do a larger strat for Deadman mode. I just don't think we'll be big enough to compete. The long day at the long factory. Gauntlet is not a leisurely activity. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it there, actually. I'm just like, I feel too slow now for the Gauntlet. I think it'd be good to take a break. Have some time, get some dinner. Text my wife again because it's been 30 minutes. So yeah, I think I'm gonna call it there. We'll see if I can get some points down maybe later tonight. Or I might just go to bed early, honestly. Pretty tired. But yes, thank you all for hanging out. I do appreciate it, as always. We got ourselves a dog sword. We're not wielding it, but we did. Like, we're looking pretty good. We got the dog sword, we've got the Compish, we've got bandos. Lots of good stuff going on. Just gotta get ourselves a specialist, then we can go and wreck everything, get the crystal armor and all that. But yes, have a good night, everybody. Thanks for hanging out again. I will catch you tomorrow. Bye.